Alright, we are live. Good evening. Let me know where you guys are tuning in. If you're here, you're probably a student majoring in marketing management, a fresh graduate, or maybe just curious about marketing in general. You are tuning in live. This is a live webinar on Marketing Degree in Hand, a strategic career guide for fresh graduates in 2025. For those you here, I'm Jeannie San, the founder of White Marketing PH and Marketing Webinar Philippines Group. I'm a 14-year digital marketing and brand marketing strategist with a degree in business administration, major in marketing management. Welcome and thank you for joining our webinar today, October 18, webinar entitled Marketing Degree in Hand, a strategic guide for fresh graduates in 2025. And you're here for the mindsetting. We're not going to talk about tools or job platforms here because, to be honest, those information are readily available and within reach, with just your fingertips. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to unpack the reality check in marketing graduates, the transition, how we're going to transition from a graduate to a marketing professional, the overwhelm trap, and your career compass in navigating the marketing landscape, and as well as the 2025 marketing insights as well, and finally some action steps that you can take away after this webinar. So thank you so much everyone for joining. Please do share this live webinar on your feeds so we can reach more people, your classmates or your friends taking up marketing management. So given that you already have the tools available and the resources, platforms, whatnot, let's take that out of the equation, because admit it or not, everything is already laid out in front of you. Ikaw na lang ang kulang, because you have so many excuses, like you're this and you're that, I can't do this, I can't do that, kasi hindi ka naubusan ng excuses. And you know what, your excuses are self-sabotage. And guess what, time is ticking. It's okay to pause, yes, but you also need some sense of urgency dahil hindi ka forever na bata. Time is of the essence, especially in this fast-paced world we are in. And to make you understand better bakit our minds are wired like this is that, you see, there's this principle called the knowing-doing gap by Jeffrey Pfeffer and Robert Sutton. It says that most people already know what to do, but very few actually do it. Why? And we're not saying na masama ito, but it's just the way we are wired. And the good news is that we can do something about it. And you know what's ironic is that most of us actually already know what to do. We've learned it in school, heard it from our mentors, even watched videos about it. But when it's time to actually do it, we freeze. Not because we are lazy, but because doing it feels uncertain. And it's scary to take the first step when you don't know what will happen next. So, what happens is that we stay stuck, overthinking, waiting to feel ready, convincing ourselves we need more time. That's what we call the knowing-doing gap. You already know enough to start, but you're just holding back because you're scared to mess up. And sa totoo lang, you won't figure it out by thinking harder. You'll figure it out the moment you start doing. And that's where the gap lies. Knowledge doesn't change your life until you move. And then graduation gives you the knowing, the theories, the grades, the frameworks, but the doing, that's what sets you apart. And that's why so many fresh grads feel lost after college. Not because they didn't learn enough, but because nobody told them how to navigate from being a fresh graduate to transitioning from a fresh graduate to a marketing professional or landing a job. And the truth is, hindi mo naman agad ma-figure out by thinking harder. You'll figure it out the moment that you start doing. And of course, you are not alone in marketing like this one in subreddits, no? Fresh grads express the same fear that what they learn in school doesn't match real jobs. We have SEO, we have new terms like SEO analytics, campaign tools, social media management, content creation, affiliate marketing, and all of those things. You know what? I actually love this honesty because this is exactly how most fresh graduates feel. You study for years, you pass every subject, you get the degree, and then suddenly you're in the real world. And it feels like you've been dropped into a game you were never taught to play. Everything is new. And here's the thing. Again, it's okay to pause. It's okay to take a breather, to admit that you're unsure. That's part of growth. But while you pause, always remember that life doesn't wait. The world keeps moving and opportunities keep shifting. And while everyone's rushing to figure it out, what really matters is that you move. Even if it's one small step at a time. Because clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from doing. Okay? Ma'am, graduate naman na ako. Akala ko ba preparation ito for my career? Ang tanong natin dyan is, sometimes our education is not enough. That's why meron tayong tinatawag na continuous learning. Yes, your college provided you with the theories, but the question is that enough? Okay? Do you have enough skills to navigate the marketing industry, especially that it is evolving fast? No? And to be honest, our education is outdated. That's the reality. Karamihan ng natututunan nating practical either through YouTube or Google. College only taught us the theories. It didn't expose us to real life scenarios. And I hope that universities are doing something about this. No? If you talk about marketing, it's not just about marketing na lang eh. It's now digital marketing. It's a diverse field of job roles and functions, specialization. We have SEO, content marketing, social media marketing, and whatnot. Kailangan i-real talk din natin ang sarili natin kasi mindset ang nagiging problema natin. Minsan, kailangan nating i-real talk yung mga sarili natin. Kasi sa totoo lang, no one will save you instead of yourself. Diba? So, you need to begin with your mindset. It's not enough na graduate ka na. You have to make something out of it. And of course, with a lot of distractions, marketing roles available out there, the challenge is not just on finding a job or having the skill set. Those come second eh. What you need is clarity. Okay? Because to be honest, this is where most people go wrong. Okay? Yung iba, nagja-jump agad sa VA, social media manager, or social media management and whatnot, just because it's trending daw. Or it's being glamorized kasi that you are working in the comfort of your own home, working on your own terms, pero hindi pinapakita yung behind the scenes. Ang nakikita lang natin yung result. So it's easy for us to say na, ay, kaya ko din gawin yan. I think I can do that too. And when you're there, when you're already there, reality hits you hard na para kang binuhusan ng malamig na tubig. You start questioning yourself if you're built for this role or for that job. And that's where the shaky foundation begins and everything just seems like falling out of place. Kasi nagsimula ka sa maling direction. And then maghahanap ka na naman ng panibagong pagkakamali in your career path. Diba? Maghahanap ka na naman ng panibagong job because you don't have job satisfaction or you don't have fulfillment in what you're doing. You're always burnt out. Kasi yung tanong doon is you weren't able to align. Sa simula pa lang, di mo na-align kung ano yung mga aspirations mo sa buhay. That's why hindi naging align kung ano yung kagustuhan mo versus kung nasaan ka na. Kaya 'di ba sa human resource subject natin, we have a career planning development. Wherein you plan your career steps from year 1, probably year 5 up to year 10. Diba? How do you see yourself in the first year of your career or in the next 5 to 10 years? Hindi man palaging nasusunod yung plan natin because of different factors, but at least you have a career roadmap. May guide ka na. It's better na you plan ahead kesa wala. So clarity. Clarity means aligning with your values, with what you want and what you can do. Okay? You might say, grabe naman ma'am, 4 years na nga binuno namin, bakit kulang pa rin pala? Kadalasan kasi akala natin pag graduate na tayo, maalam na tayo. But it takes humility to understand and accept that what we learned in college only prepared us with the theories. But the real challenge is actualizing those learnings into your role as a marketer. Okay? So, application. But have it ever also crossed your mind what you really wanted in life? Kasi pag sinabi nating marketing, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, marketing is a diverse field with different skill sets required for you to qualify or on a certain role. We're in a digital first world. Everything is fast-paced. So, hindi na lang retail or e-commerce ang usapan dito. Marketing has evolved too. So, we now have this term MarTech, also marketing integrated by technology. Sa madaling salita, you are not just a marketer. You need to have the technical skills too. Tools like AI, data analytics, social media, ads, SEO, and all of which encompass digital marketing. So, I guess, nag-evolve na rin siguro ang marketing management degree natin, no, sa mga universities dito sa Pilipinas. Like for example, here in Baguio, we now have digital business administration in digital business, no? Okay, paki-comment nyo nga if meron na sa mga universities natin dito sa Philippines ang Bachelor of Science in Digital Marketing. So I hope na magkaroon na meron, pero mostly it's certifications from other institutions but not really from universities. Okay, so there. Okay, now let me show you one Reddit post. Okay, who among you honestly felt this way too? Akala mo college equips you with everything you need to know in your career path, but turns out that it's still part of a larger purpose of who you're becoming. Okay, so this is a stark reality in graduates today, no? No one really prepares you for what happens after graduation. You work hard for that marketing degree, and now everyone expects you to just know what to do next. Okay? But the truth is, most fresh graduates don't. Okay? So, you're not lost. You're just entering a new stage naman eh. This webinar is about helping you figure out your next steps, how to transition from being a student to a professional, how to choose your path, and how to stop feeling like you're falling behind. Okay? So let me start with this. I want to know if you've ever felt this, okay? So, I just graduated in marketing, and despite doing well in school, I feel like I know nothing. So maybe you've thought about it quietly. Maybe you've said it out loud. Either way, this is normal, no? The thought of creating strategies, running campaigns makes me panic. I don't know where to start. So that's exactly what many fresh graduates face. Even those who got good grades or who understands the theory, they feel paralyzed when the real world steps in. And this isn't just a few lonely voices, no? Multiple resources or multiple sources back this up. And here, this Reddit post from a recent graduates, this echo this exact fear, no? And in our own local studies, many graduates are told that you don't have the practical skills or left unemployed in roles unrelated to their degrees. So the gap is real talaga. We're not going to overwhelm you with 100 roles or strategies in this webinar. We'll walk you through the mindset that you need, the clarity that you deserve, and some practical steps that you can take. How to make decisions if you're gonna apply for a job, or you're gonna do business, or be an entrepreneur with confidence. So let's begin, why mindset matters. Because often, how you see yourself is the first barrier that you must overcome. So first let's start with a reality check. What actually happens after graduation, and how do you move forward without feeling stuck? Okay, so how to transition from graduation to your first career step. So when you graduate, you're not supposed to have it all figured out. Okay? You're supposed to start figuring it out. And that's where most people mess up. Pero sa totoo lang, your first job is not your dream job naman talaga eh. Swerte na lang talaga kung yung first job mo is yun na talaga yung magiging end game mo. But most often than not, your first job is your training ground. So think of it like when you're entering the gym for the first time. You don't lift the heaviest weight right away. You build your form, you build consistency, and you build endurance. It's also the same with your career, no? So ownership means that you don't expect your degree to do the work for you. You align the degree with the life that you want. Okay? So how do we do that? So number 1 is reflect. Okay? Start asking yourself what fuels you versus what drains you. What lifestyle do you want? Okay? Is it money? Is it freedom? Or do you want a life with the full of routine work? So those are the first question that narrows down the chaos. Okay? So you need to ask yourself these questions. And map. Okay? Match your existing skills. How do you map your existing skills to industries? You studied marketing, but is that for tech? For retail? For food and beverage? Or for non-profit organization? So pick a lane where your values and goals fit. Okay? And then choosing your direction, decide on which direction first. Okay? Just long enough to learn. Kasi pag hindi tayo makapag-decide, okay, indecision kills momentum. But if you take ownership is choosing a path and owning the outcome. Okay? And then prototype. Okay? You don't wait for the perfect job. Test. Okay? Be an intern even if it's a volunteerism. Okay? Run a micro campaign or do freelance gigs. Think of this as your experiments, not permanent choices. Okay? And then of course, document. Record your results, your case studies, screenshot, short write-ups so that you can build your portfolio over time. Proof beats promise. Employers and clients hire what you've actually done. Okay? So, doon na sila nagbe-base doon sa results mo. That's why, wag nyong baliwalain yung mga small initiatives nyo. You can actually build that for your portfolio. Okay? And then we also have iterate. Iterate means repeating the cycle. Analyzing what worked, tweaking your approach, and then scaling it. The fast learners aren't the smartest. They're the ones who try, learn, repeat. Kaya yung magagaling minsan mauungusan sila ng mga consistent. Okay? the ones who try to learn and still repeat. Okay? Kasi you become the master of one thing if you keep doing it. I have this supervised intern who didn't land a job at first, but she volunteered to run a local cafe Instagram for free. And then 3 months later, she had measurable results, engagement up to 30%, and that became her first paid client. So it's important that you focus on small focus experiments and build clear momentum. Okay? Okay, now so let's talk about the overwhelm trap, because marketing can sometimes feel like a maze with diverse roles and functions, diba? You graduate with a marketing degree, but suddenly you're hearing terms like content strategist, media buyer, growth hacker, copywriter, brand manager, and you're like, wait, do I need to learn all of these things? Okay, so every one of these roles came from the same foundation, but they grew into completely different ecosystems. So one focuses on writing, another on data, another on visuals, and another on tech and automation. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed or behind, it's not because that you're not good enough or you're not learning fast enough. It's because marketing is massive. It's one of the broadest fields in the world. And that's actually good news, diba? Because it means that there's room for everyone, whether you're analytical, you're a creative strategist, you're a strategic, or you're social. There's a lane that fits you. Yun ang kagandahan sa generation na ito. Naglabasan na lahat ng mga madaming roles. And your job isn't to know it all. Your job is to find your lane and go deep. Okay? And the secret isn't mastering everything naman eh. It's to master the right thing and the right fit for you. That's what we'll uncover next, okay? How to find which part of marketing fits you. And maybe that's the point, no? You're not lost, you're just overloaded. So, how do we fix that? Let's talk about alignment. The alignment formula that makes everything start to make sense. Okay, so alignment formula will help you identify which area of marketing aligns with your personality, your strengths, and direction, not just your degree. Remember that you don't need to chase every role. Align only with the one that fits you. Okay, so after graduation, a lot of people rush to apply everywhere. Diba? Agencies, brands, freelance gigs, hoping something will stick or hoping something sticks. But the truth is, if you don't know what aligns with you, even the best opportunity can feel wrong. Okay? You don't find alignment by accident. You build it with awareness. Okay? So we call it the alignment formula. So this framework helps you figure out your marketing lane before you even drain yourself or keep from hopping from job to job. So yan yung mga nagiging madalas na mistakes ng mga fresh graduates. Okay? Di mo na hanap yung satisfaction, you hop from another job, and then it's a cycle. When it comes to passion, a question to ask yourself is, what type of marketing work excites me? Yan yung tanong mo sa sarili mo. Okay? Bakit mahalaga ito? Because it keeps you motivated even if task gets repetitive. Because it's something that you want or you enjoy doing. And when it comes to strength, you ask yourself, what am I naturally good at? Is it writing? Is it design? Is it analytics? Is it people? Because you grow faster when your work matches your strengths. What about opportunity? Where's the demand in the current marketing landscape, current 2025 marketing landscape? Because skill without demand doesn't pay the bills. Ask yourself that question. Where's the demand in the current 2025 marketing landscape? And you build your skills. No? Hindi lang sapat na graduate ka ng college. You need to continuously upskill yourself so that you can keep up with the evolving marketing landscape. So, lifestyle fit. Ask yourself, what kind of work setup fits my energy? Is it remote? Is it team-based? Or do you want flexible work? Sa totoo lang, marami ng marketing jobs that offer remote work if you're an introvert. Sometimes hindi lang naman kasi introvert ang gusto ng remote work eh. Because some people love to work from home with the comfort of their own homes and to save time from transpo and at the same time yung meal budgets natin. Diba? It saves time pag remote ka. But hindi naman lahat ng tao masaya sa pagtatrabaho sa remote work. O, meron ako kakilala na hindi siya nagtatribe kapag remote work. Mas gusto niya yung on-site. So, ask yourself which setup fits you. Okay? And then, why this matters is because sustainability matters more than trends. Okay? Not because trending ang work from home, doon ka na. Ang tanong is, yun ba ang gusto mo? And do you think that you will thrive in that kind of setup? So you ask yourself first those questions. When this four aligns, passion, strength, opportunity, and lifestyle, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop copying someone else's career. And you start building your own. Diba? Isn't it great that you start building your own instead of looking at someone else's career path? Okay, so this will be your guide. Ask yourself questions. What are your passion, your strengths, your opportunities, and the lifestyle that you want out of your career? Okay, so let's say you're creative and you love visuals, but you hate constant client calls. You might align more with content creation or brand storytelling, not client facing. Or maybe you love analyzing data, then marketing analytics or performance marketing might be your zone. And the moment that your degree aligns with your purpose, everything starts to make sense. And so, which brings us to our career compass. Career compass to help you find clarity through self-awareness. Okay? Not just luck. Okay, sasabi lang, swerte mo naman, natanggap ka agad sa trabaho. Or comparison, no? Oh, yung anak ni ganito, ni ganyan, may trabaho na, bakit ikaw tenga ka pa rin? Right? So, before choosing a job, choose first your direction, okay? Yung mga voices na yan are just noise, no? You follow your path, you carve your own path, choose your direction. Okay, I hope that this guide will give you a direction with what you want out of your career. And you know what's funny, no? Growing up, we're told to like follow your passion, or you can be anything you want to be. But no one teaches us how to think through what are the full implication of those choices. Maganda naman pakinggan, no? Follow your passion, you can be anything you want to be. Instead of telling students or fresh graduates to follow their passion, we should help them figure out what kind of life they want to build. And honestly, that hit me hard. Okay, because it's true, no? Biggest passion fades. For some people, ang passion nila for nung bata sila nagbabago over time. So you cannot always say to follow your passion. Minsan, we discover our strengths, we discover our skill sets over time. And excitement changes. What doesn't change, what remains are your values, your lifestyle, and your priorities. Those stay. So instead of asking, what do I love doing? Ask yourself deeper questions, more honest questions like, what kind of lifestyle do I want to live? How much money do I need to sustain that lifestyle? Do I prefer routine or flexibility? Do I enjoy working indoors or outdoors? Do I feel energized collaborating with people or working solo? These aren't just random questions. Diba? These are clarity questions, realistic questions. Because the clearer you are about your life, it's easier to align your career with it. This is what we call your career compass exercise. So, you can grab a piece of paper or notes apps there and write this at the top. Okay? What kind of life do you want to live? Then list my ideal work setup could either be remote. Do you want a remote work, an office, or a hybrid? Okay, you list them all. What's your ideal pace? Do you love working in a fast-paced environment? Or you want it balanced or slow and intentional? So those are the things that you need to ask yourself. What's your ideal earning goal per month? Set a goal. Okay? What's your ideal work environment? Is it creative? Is it structured? Is it social? Is it independent? Okay, so write it down. What are your ideal learning path? Is it guided mentorship or you value self-paced discovery? We do have an internship program for our company, and I also manage interns, and there are those interns that love to be guided or to be mentored, and there are also individuals who loves to work on their own, or they're a lone worker but they are productive. There's nothing wrong about it. What matters is that you know what is your ideal learning path. Okay? Kasi sa totoo lang, sa simula pa lang ng paghahanap na ng trabaho, you are already in control kung ano yung path na tatahakin nyo. Kasi job listings are there eh. It's presented to you. Nasa sayo na lang, if you have this list of things, your ideal learning path, your ideal work environment, your ideal pace of working, your ideal work setup, if you already know all of these things sa simula pa lang, you will save so much of your time from making mistakes or being burnt out and unsatisfied with your first job. Okay? So when you know all of this, no, you stop chasing other people's dreams. You start aligning with your own. Because here's what happens when you don't know yourself. You end up in jobs that don't fit you or don't fit your personality. It's like telling an outdoorsy, high energy person to become an accountant. Kasi di ba yung mga accountant mostly nasa chair and desk lang sila. Okay? Or telling a quiet analytical thinker to do sales. That's not growth. That's what we call mismatch. Kaya maraming nababurn out and gusto na mag-resign sa mga trabaho nila pero hindi nila magawa kasi also they fear na mawala ng trabaho because to be honest, hindi din naman madali yung job hopping. Unless you're confident enough that you can find a job elsewhere as fast as you can. Okay, so instead of chasing a title that looks good, build a career that feels good, that aligns with what you really want out of your career. So, follow your passion sounds good only after graduation day. Pero kapag yung reality check na tayo, when bills pile up, deadlines hit, and life gets real, you realize na yung passion alone won't pay rent. Okay? What sustain you is your alignment. You can do both naman eh. You can also do your passion on the side. Okay? Di naman natin sinasabi na your passion is bad or your passion doesn't align with who you are. But what we're saying is that the match between who you are, how you work, and what you value. Okay? So once you know the kind of life that you want, you stop asking, what job should I take? And start asking, which path fits my values? Employment, freelancing, or building my own thing? So once you know the kind of life that you want, you stop asking, what job should I take? And start asking, which path fits my values? Is it employment? Is it freelancing? Or building my own thing? Okay? So let's talk about that next. Employment versus entrepreneurship. For some graduates, sometimes they are torn between, am I going to apply for a job right away after graduation, or I'm going to build my own? So yan yung mga questions na kadalasan graduates also face. So this will help you make an aligned choice, okay? So you don't choose out of panic or trend, but out of palagi kong sinasabi, out of clarity. So don't choose based on hype, okay? Choose based on who you are. Not because nakita mo na trending ang mga BA or social media managers, freelancers, and whatnot, you also start doing that. Okay? So follow yung mga guide na napag-usapan natin from beginning so that you have a roadmap of how you're going to navigate your marketing career. Now, the question is, for some, will I apply for a job right away or do my own thing? So, every fresh graduates ask this at some point. Okay, should I apply for a job or start my own thing? And the internet doesn't make it easier. Kasi nga, if you scroll through TikTok, you see entrepreneurs saying, don't work for someone else, build your own dream. Then on LinkedIn naman, professionals say you need corporate experience first, and now you're stuck thinking, which one's right? Actually, the answer is both paths are valid, but not for everyone. Okay, kaya sabi natin kanina, you align with what fits you. Okay, and this supports, no? We have a data that supports this fresh graduates dilemma, no? 72% of new marketing graduates apply for corporate jobs immediately after graduation. And then 18% they jump into freelancing or entrepreneurship within the first year. But here's the catch. 48% of freelancers return naman to employment after a year due to burnout. Lack of structure also, or inconsistent income. Because if you're a freelancer, we all know na sometimes it's not stable, especially when you lose a client. Unlike when you're employed, every month, you know that you're receiving something, no? Unlike when you have a client, if the engagement ends or concludes, hanap ka na naman ng ibang client, no? So those are the challenges of being a freelancer versus being an employee. So again, it's not about what's cool or what's hype. It's about what's compatible, again, with what fits you, what aligns for your values or your ideal workplace environment, your workplace setup. After graduation, we have this thing called the season of skill building. Your 20s are not for proving yourself. They're for building yourself. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to collect experiences. Experiences that teach you who you are. So that's why I always tell yung mga students that attend our webinars, before you dream of being your own boss, learn how to be a great employee first. Okay? Because how can you manage a team or handle clients or run a business if you've never experienced structure, accountability, or pressure? Okay? So that's a strategic preparation. But some others, they learn naman if they choose the path of entrepreneurship, they learn in the fly. So there's nothing wrong about that too. You're supposed to collect experiences that teach you who you are and what you value. So some people, they grow faster inside organizations, learning from mentors, systems, and structures. And others, they grow through entrepreneurship, learning by doing, failing, and then figuring things out along the way. Neither path is better. What matters is that you're learning, you're stretching, and you're building real-world skills that will prepare you for bigger opportunities. So, don't rush in picking sides, no? Focus on becoming someone who can thrive in any environment. To better help you carve your path, we can use the EASE framework. Okay, so this is a decision framework. If you're torn between getting employed or going independent, you can use the EASE framework. Okay, so E stands for experience. Do I have enough practical skill to deliver results independently? And you can self-check, have a self-question, is that, can I confidently handle real client work without supervision? And then, accountability. Accountability means, can you manage your time, money, and discipline? So ask yourself, can you lead yourself without deadlines or a boss? So that's accountability. Stability. Do you have enough savings or consistent income sources? Okay? Can you handle 3 months without pay? So yan yung mga question natin kapag entrepreneurship naman yung tatahakin nyo na path. Okay? Environment. Am I in the right circle or community that supports my growth? Okay? Who's guiding me or mentoring me in this path? So if you answered no to most of these questions, no, don't rush. Okay? That's not failure. That's just simply having an awareness of what you want out of your career. So, yun naman din ang mahalaga. Karoon tayo ng self-awareness before anything else. Before jumping into deciding whether you want to be employed, apply for a corporate, or build your own lane. Okay? So, meron naman tayong kakalala na who once jump into freelancing after graduation. Nag-freelancing siya. She was excited. She created her Fiverr profile, made TikToks, joined Facebook groups. But after 2 months, she told me, no, Mom, I feel stuck. I thought I was escaping the 8 to 5 or the 9 to 5, but now I'm working 12 hours a day alone and still earning less. So she didn't fail naman. She just realized that structure is not the enemy. Sometimes employment gives you the training ground. You need to eventually build your own thing stronger. Entrepreneurship is not a shortcut to freedom. It's a crash course in responsibility. And employment naman is not a trap. It's actually your launch pad if you use it right. So now that you're clear about your direction, whether you choose employment or entrepreneurship, one thing that you need to know is also to learn to look at the battlefield you're about to enter. Okay, what does the 2025 job market actually look like for marketing graduates? We don't want to sugarcoat anything, no glorification, okay? So it's not about which is better here, no? It's about which, again, we always go back to which fits you right now. which aligns with your goals or your aspirations in life. Your goal isn't to have it all figured out. Your goal is to start aligned. Let's face it, marketing in 2025 is both exciting and overwhelming. Meron na tayong AI tools. AI tools are everywhere. Everyone's online and the industry is more competitive than ever. And almost everyone can call themselves a marketer. Naman talaga. Even yung mga walang degree, they already call themselves a marketer. But not everyone has the depth to back it up. Minsan yung mga theories and principles and concepts na natututunan nila as they move along the industry. That's where your advantage lies. Yung depth. Okay? In-depth learning. Instead of trying to do everything, focus on what you actually enjoy and become really good at it. Okay? If you love visuals, lean into content creation. If you love words, become the copywriter who sells without sounding pushy or salesy. If you love strategy, learn analytics and campaign planning. Kilala ko, she started out making captions and Canva posts. No, today she's a brand strategist na charging 30,000 per project because she mastered one skill muna deeply before moving to the next. Knowing the landscape is one thing, but staying confident in it is another. Now, let's zoom out. What's really waiting for you in 2025 marketing job market? What should you prepare for long term? The marketing job market is shifting. It's not disappearing. Yes, AI is taking over some tasks, no, like because of speed, like repetitive tasks as well. Automation, nagiging matalino na rin ang mga employers ngayon, so inaalis na nila yung mga redundant functions which can be done instantly by AI, lalo na we also have automation na, no? But it's also creating new roles as well. Companies now want marketers who can think critically, write strategically, or even use AI tools without losing the human touch. So, the highest paying roles aren't for the loudest. They're for the smartest executors. Those who can combine creativity with strategy and storytelling with technology. In 2025, quiet specialists will rise. So, those who don't chase clout, but master their craft quietly and let results speak for itself. So, in one of my previous webinar attendee, she landed a job at the digital agency not because of a fancy resume, but because she shared a case study she built from scratch. And that's what companies are hiring for right now, yung initiative mo, and then back it up with your skills, not just your degree. Diba? So, to wrap this up, if you're feeling lost after graduation, here's what you need to remember. Okay? You are not lost, you are becoming. If you're lost right now, it's not failure. It's part of the bigger picture. It's part of the process. Every marketer who's now thriving once stood exactly where you are. Unsure, scared, they're second guessing. But the difference is that they didn't stop. They used their confusion as a direction. So instead of asking what's next, start asking yourself, what can I build today? Small wins compound into big clarity. You are not behind. You are just becoming the marketer you're meant to be. Alright, thank you so much everyone for joining, for engaging in the live chat as well. Thank you for joining tonight's session, a marketing degree in hand, a strategic guide for fresh marketing graduates in 2025. I hope that this has been insightful and helpful in terms of your career. Appreciate you all for joining us tonight. Please do register for our next webinar coming this October 25, especially if you want to package your skills into services and build your own independent path. This has been Jane Eason of Quiet Marketing PH, reminding you that you don't need to be loud to make an impact. You just need to be clear, consistent, and true to your pace. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great evening.